All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for August 24th, Friday, August 24th, 2018. It's George Papsov from Trade Pro Academy. Today is a big day. There's going to be an event at 10 a.m. There was an event, and Jerome Powell will be closing off this event at 10 a.m. It's called the Jackson Hole Symposium. Who's Jackson? Why are we talking about his hole, and why is there a symposium around it? The Jackson Hole Symposium takes place in Wyoming, and it's Kansas City Fed's event. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that and why it's important to the markets. We're going to review a few items, but for the most part today, what I'm going to tell you is this. Coming up next week, a lot of institutional and professional traders take time off. This next week coming up is going to be really low volatility because the week after that is a short week because next weekend is Labor Day. And this is when people send their kids back to school. And in the trading space, there's just as many kids as any other industry. So next week, a lot of traders are going to be taking time off. And if you guys are considering taking time off, this is your chance to do it. It'd be a good opportunity. I think markets are going to be slow next week, and they're expected to be very slow today as well. So just prepare yourself for some low volatility type trade. 3 things to do to prepare yourself for low volatility. Number 1 is to trade less often. So this isn't the time to be doing 10, 15 trades if there's no opportunity. Look for 2 to 3 good ones and go home. Call it a week. Number 2 is to trade less size. You want to put on less lots than you're usually doing. If you're trading 6s, 7s, 8s, go down to 4, half up that account. And if you trade 1 lots, that's okay. Continue to trade 1 lots and follow the other 2 rules. And the last rule, the third rule, is to take losses quicker and profits quicker as well. Yesterday, we're a little bit more patient with their trades, but at the end of the day, when it's low volatility, don't leave them on there for a long time, because what happens usually in low volatility markets is the trade takes so long in time to play out that you start to get hopeful. You start to get emotionally involved because there's a lot of time for that. All right, that's kind of the 3 rules I'm going to give you for today and for next week as well. So let's go over here and review some of the international markets. One moment. Let's go and review some of the international markets. In Asia, Japan's up 0.82%. Hong Kong's down 0.43%. China's up 0.18%. And India's down 0.21%. All right. In Europe at midday, London is up 0.2%. Paris up 0.25%. Frankfurt up 0.13%. So a little bit of strength, but moderate strength. Nothing really over the top on the European markets. And in the United States at 620. In the United States, rather, the futures, I got distracted, apologize. Dow is up 0.18%, S&P is up 0.17%, Nasdaq's up 0.22%. So you're seeing similar gains in equity markets in the United States as well in the futures prior to the open. So you're getting a little bullish sentiment. The US dollar is down again today after a pretty brisk sell-off last couple of days. Yesterday rebounded slightly. Today we're trading back towards the downside on the dollar. That's given crude an opportunity to rally. It's up 0.88%. To inside the 68 range and now climbing 68.79, and it's bidding. Crude oil wants to get back to 69.45 area. That's a strong resistance for today's trade. Weak dollar also means strong gold, strong commodities, strong base metals, and pretty much all commodities going up. So I actually had a chance to get long gold yesterday on a swing trade. I told you guys that we're looking to get long gold. I found a nice area around the 1191. And I picked a good long, and I put a stop, never got hit. Overnight, we're up quite a significant chunk of money, considering we just got paid to sleep. I think there's more upside coming in gold in the next couple of weeks, and I strongly urge you guys to keep an eye out on the gold trade. I think as long as the U.S. dollar is dropping, gold's got a chance to rally through its seasonal strength. The next 4 weeks is when gold is the strongest every single year. Historically, going back 30-plus years, we're in a seasonal strength period, and it's just getting started. All right, Bitcoin's up 1.3%, but still hanging around mid 6,000s. Treasury yields around 2.833%, up 1.2 basis points. At 10 a.m. actually, we have Fed's Powell speaking, and the topic of this year's Jackson Hole Symposium is change monetary policy in a changing economy. So at 10 a.m. he's going to go in and give a speech. This symposium has been ongoing. Today's the last day. They're closing it out. The Fed chair, Jerome Powell, will close it out with a speech at 10 a.m. All right. It's It's in Wyoming, if you guys want to know. I'll give you some stats about this. There's usually around 120 people worldwide that attend. All participants that show up globally have to pay a fee. Even press people, members of the press, they have to pay to attend this event. They limit the amount of press participants. It's more of a private gathering with fewer amount of participants because they try to take decisions here. In 1984, when there was the inflation issues, they met, and that decision came out of the Jackson Hole Symposium. When there was the increasing of balance sheets by Federal Reserves, which allowed them to buy stocks, that decision came out of the Jackson Hole Symposium. So today is a very important day, especially at 10 a.m. Markets are going to be muted and trading on low volume into 10 a.m. And depending on what happens at 10 a.m., there may or may not be any movement. So that's what we're looking for. At 10 a.m., we're going to read out what's going on to our subscribers in our trading room and keep you guys on the right side of the market, and we'll make some money. Once that volatility flushes out, I think it's going to be a weak close into the last day of the week. And by week close, I don't mean price action. I mean just more range-bound chop consolidation. Here's something crazy prediction. I think today in the S&P 500, we stay in a 6-point range, top to bottom. Let's see if I'm right. Too much? All right. Jerome Powell starts his event at 10 a.m. and he's expressed concerns about global trade issues, trade wars. Look to see if he says anything about that. There's a pre-written script, and Jerome Powell is expected to stay on script. He's not a Trumpian. He pretty much goes with what is written beforehand. So he's just going to read out the statement as investors and traders alike battle it out to price in any new information, if there is any. If there isn't any new information, we're just going to listen to him speak for a little bit, and nothing's going to happen, and we're going to call it a week early, and I'm okay with that. All right. Investors right now are pricing in a high probability of rate hike coming up in September and potentially one in December. That's one thing you guys need to know getting prepared for this Jackson Hole Symposium speech. That's it. That's all I got to tell you. You basically got to listen to what he says. All right, last but not least, mid-level trade talks between the U.S. and China completed yesterday with no real announcement. I'm going to tell you this. I think it's a win. A lot of times in this world, we expect instant gratuity for everything, instant results. You know, we want to touch something and it turns to $1 million. We want to start trading and in 4 hours be millionaires. We want to get into a bank as a career, and we want to be the VP within a year. So we expect instant gratification is the word I was looking for. But that's not how things work in politics. So U.S. and China sat down, they met. There's no real outcome. The market seems a little bit disappointed with that. However, they have laid the foundation to have future meetings. Both parties have expressed interest to continue these talks later on. And right now, they just basically expressed each other's points of view, but no real decisions were made or no real final outcomes. It's basically, one second. Basically, what's happened here is two people met. Now they have a relationship that they could build on. That's why we didn't really get anything out of this. I know a lot of traders are expecting something to come out, but mid-level talks, mid-level governments aren't going to come to a decision or conclusion. It starts at mid-level, then they're going to have to escalate it higher. And at some point, the two presidents have to meet and actually hash out the final details of the deal. So today, slow day expected. It may not be one. If it has a massive move, don't be surprised, but expect slow. Trade slow, get ready for slow, and if you get anything else, cherry on top. If not, at least you're prepared for the base case scenario, which is a slower sideways market. The opportunity is most likely going to come from oil today. That's been the most active volatile market. It's bullish. Buy the dips. If the dollar continues to weaken, you have an opportunity on long gold as well. Follow the dollar today. That's your kind of GPS, your guiding light. Look at it very closely. If you don't have the data on ICE futures, which is $130 a month, follow it on TradingView. It's free. The symbol is DXY. Dom, Xavier, and Y as in you. DXY. All right, guys, you have yourself a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Have a fantastic week, or weekend rather. I hope you had a great week. And we work hard. Take some time this upcoming weekend to spend some quality time and moments with your loved ones, friends, and family. I wish you guys the very best this weekend. I will see you on Monday. We do it again at 9 a.m. This weekend, we have two great videos coming out, and they're both talking about MetaTrader 4 and currency trading. All right, and remember, last but not least, There's a price increase for our subscription packages coming on September 3rd. I've been giving everybody fair warning. I want you to get in before the price increase. We've delivered a lot of value, and we've added a lot of subscription value in our packages since the last time we increased prices. And there's still going to be tremendous value even after the price increase, because what we're going to do next is going to be borderline nuts. It's not nuts. We're getting into a whole new aspect of things. We're taking trading education to the next level, and I'll announce that after the prices increase as to what the next stage is. It's exciting. All right. I think it's going to be exciting. And I think I'll tell you one thing, nobody in this business is taking this approach. And so it's exciting to be kind of a leader. And we innovate. See you guys on Monday. Have yourself a great weekend. Stay out of trouble, but don't get in too little trouble either. A little bit's good. See you guys. I'll catch up with you on Monday. Have a great weekend. All the best, everyone. And we'll talk soon. Ciao. Chair spin. Here we go. Oh. All right, trade pros in the room. Let's hash out some levels here. Let's make some money. There will be opportunity. You just have to be patient for it. And I'll talk to you about how this Jackson Hole Symposium will influence the market.